Hi, it's Meg and I'm in my kitchen in South Korea, and today we're going to make a low-fat, raw vegan Neapolitan birthday cake. This cake only takes 6 ingredients, and when you're finished making it, you can eat the entire thing yourself, guilt-free. Are you ready? Let's get started. So, as I said before, this cake only has 6 ingredients. First ingredient is a cup of shredded coconut, 13 soaked pitted dates, and these are kalas dates, so they're quite small. So if you're using medjool dates, you might want to change the recipe a little bit, maybe add a little less. Next, we're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of carob powder, 2 cups of frozen strawberries, and it's really important that they're frozen, and 12 bananas. It's optional if you want to add some vanilla. So if you're going to add the vanilla, you might use 1/4 teaspoon or 1/2 teaspoon depending on your taste. So now let's get started making the crust. So first step is to take half of the coconut that you have, so about 1/2 cup, and you're going to put it into your springform pan. Next, you need to take your dates. You're going to take one, and it's really going to be gooey. If you pre-soak it, it's just going to be like dough, and you're just going to smash it into the bottom of the cake pan. Okay, I didn't totally cover the bottom with dates because I kind of like it this way, but if you wanted to, you could use more dates and you could just cover the whole bottom with dates and make it a really thick crust. Now we finished our crust and it's time to make the cake filling. So, a Neapolitan cake has 3 layers. There's chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. So today our first layer is going to be the chocolate layer. As you can tell, my recipe had no chocolate in it. Instead, we're going to use carob, and carob is much better than chocolate or cacao because there's no caffeine, no oxalates, it's really high in protein and fiber, and it's also a really good source of calcium and other trace minerals and vitamins. For our purposes in the cake, it's going to be perfect. So, you're going to add in 6 bananas, so half the bananas, and your 2 tablespoons of carob. And if you're like me and you don't have a Vitamix blender or other high-speed blender, then you're going to need to have some water handy. And this is just the water that I soaked the dates in. I didn't want to waste it, and it also makes it even sweeter. So we're going to add that in. Okay. Now let's turn on the blender. Okay. Finish blending our chocolate layer. Wow, smells so good. So now let's take our chocolate mixture and we're just going to pour it in the pan. Okay.
Let's do 3, 2, 1 again.
Now our chocolate layer is finished. It's time to do our middle strawberry layer. Alright, so strawberry layer. Take your 2 cups of frozen strawberries, put water, a lot of water, since they're frozen. Okay, strawberry mixture is finished. So now we're just gonna pour it on top of the chocolate. Okay, now our last cake layer is our vanilla layer. So for our vanilla layer, we're gonna need 5 or 6 bananas. And then we have our optional vanilla. So this is about a half a teaspoon, so I'm gonna put not quite that much, just a little less. Okay. And again, put some water. Blend it up one more time. Okay. Now, our vanilla layer.
Action.
Okay, the last step is to top the cake with the coconut. So this is essentially our icing. Okay, so now we're gonna do the baking portion of this recipe. We're gonna take our cake and we're gonna put it in the freezer for about 4 to 5 hours. And how we're gonna tell if our cake is finished or not is the same way with a conventional cake. We're gonna keep testing the middle. And if the middle is still mushy, then it's not ready. We're gonna wait until it's firm throughout the whole cake. But it's really important not to leave this cake in overnight because it will become much too hard to cut. So I'm gonna put this in the freezer and then I'll see you in 5 hours. So I just took the cake out of the freezer. It's been about 5.5 hours. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unbuckle the springform pan and carefully lift off the sides. Okay, and here you have our cake. So we're gonna do one more step. We're gonna take 3 frozen strawberries. We're gonna put the smallest one in the middle of the cake. Then we're gonna cut the other 2 in half lengthways. Okay, I'm just gonna put it around here to look like a little flower. And here you have it, our low-fat, raw vegan Neapolitan ice cream cake. It's loaded with so many nutrients that it's the perfect way to start off your next year of life. So I really hope you enjoyed my cake recipe, and this is actually my first ever video on YouTube, so please don't forget to click like and also vote for me in the Fully Raw Christina contest on Facebook. Bye!